You're starting to realize that maybe not every information that you get is true.
It felt so good to just do something.
Diminuição de casos, poder sair, que o vírus não era nada demais, que era só uma gripezinha que falavam. 4 pessoas da minha família foram atingidas de forma drástica em relação ao Covid. Minha avó pegou no início do mês passado, a única que sobreviveu desses 4 que eu falei. As notícias fakes, eu acho que elas são muito compartilhadas em redes sociais. Assim, qualquer coisa boa ou não necessariamente já estão compartilhando.
A lot of misinformation about COVID in my community was being spread through WhatsApp. So for example, there were lots of posts about face masks not being effective, testing not being reliable, and to not seek treatment if people were ill. This affected me personally, as I know that some family members believed that if they were not feeling well from COVID, that they shouldn't get tests and they shouldn't get any treatment.
My name is Michelle Navarro. I'm studying medicine. I felt really guilty not being there in the front line with all the other health workers and being able to help patients.
You receive a message and then you read it and then you just forward it without doing any referencing or checking whether the information is valid or not. And I think the misinformation is spreading at such a high rate because of this, that it's creating a lot of panic.
The worst of them all. And I've seen it in the news, people being interviewed in the streets and asking, what do you think about COVID? And people answering, I don't think that's real. I don't think that exists, and I'm shocked.
It is high time that we start giving responsibility to young individuals and and I know that we can take responsibility.
Because I wanted to represent the voices of young people. We made TikToks about the benefits of wearing face coverings and social distancing.
Understand how the vaccine works.
The government is microchipping us.
Women that are pregnant, that it's safe.
It contains a medicine that will help you fight off the coronavirus.
Eu comecei a ler mais notícias verdadeiras, assim, de sites confiáveis e tudo, assim, para mim. E comecei a me informar mais sobre isso. Entendi, pude conversar mais com essas pessoas e talvez tentar mudar a opinião delas, mas no começo não.
And we have a message for you.
Stay home.
Through social media, we asked young people to tell us what information have they heard about COVID, and we began to check all the information, start backing up why this information is a myth.
We have come a long way from the beginning of the pandemic, where everything was easily accepted, but now they're actually questioning and they're actually reasoning. I'm able to build a bridge between the youngsters and also the older generation, where people again start believing that young individuals cannot take responsibility.
I think young people, we are realizing how important we are.